Today, we have a lot in store to share with you all that we've worked so hard on for the last 8 weeks. But before we begin, I want to introduce ourselves. My name is Crystal.
JWT.
My name's Fernando.
And we want to kick this off by sharing a recap video of what we've done so far during this program. So.
Produced by the Muhammad Floyd.
Keni Thacker.
This guy. And before we get real kicked off, a few words of wisdom from one of the speakers that we had in one of our favorite speakers that we had in, Guy Cervera. She says, just sending along a heartfelt congratulations to all the young Commodores on their graduation today. I have no doubt that you all will go on to make your mark on the industry and change the world. I wish you all the best of luck in the future, and remember to never stop asking questions. Best of luck, guys. So thank you to her. She can't make it today, but those words are really heartfelt, and they sent across my message.
Go Commodores.
But yeah, so if you guys are unaware, we are the Young Commodores. We hail from a bunch of different schools throughout the city. I am from Manhattan Early College School for Advertisement, the only high school in part of this program. And
I'm from Baruch College.
And we, yeah. He's right for the school. Represent, yeah. And we also have kids from schools like City Tech,
True.
City College.
True.
City
Tech.
City College. Nice. And Miami Ad School. Yeah. How could we forget Miami Ad School? And if you're wondering what it meant...
If you're wondering what it means to be a young Commodore, we have a short clip to explain that to you. So roll the clip.
The Young Commodores program aims to increase the amount of diversity in the advertising industry by mentoring a diverse group of high school and college students who want to get into the advertising industry. So what does it mean to be a young Commodore?
To be a young Commodore is to be a creative, passionate individual who's willing to open their ideas to new people.
To be a young Commodore for me is to learn new things, know new things that people along with.
I believe that being a young Commodore means being open to new experiences, being adventurous, and being collaborative with those you're working with.
What a young Commodore means to me, I think a young Commodore is someone who's constantly curious and trying their best to succeed even if they don't have all the answers, but they're ambitious enough to find those answers and build with other people who are similarly interested too.
What it means to me to be a young Commodore is challenging the industry and making it more diverse, and work with a great team and grow with them and make good connections.
I think to be a young Commodore means to challenge the status quo and kind of be the next generation in advertising to make sure that it is more diverse and that more voices are represented in the room.
To be a young Commodore, I think it means to have to strive for greatness and succeed.
What it means to be a Commodore to me, it means to be fierce, competitive, and adaptive in the advertising community. There's not much diversity, and you really have to make a name for yourself.
Hi, my name is Sabrina Khan. I'm a student at City Tech.
True.
I'm also a part of the creative program at the JWT Thompson Young Commodores program. To be a young Commodore means to take the life skills that you've learned in life and in school and to put them to the test at an ad agency.
For me, what it means to be a young Commodore is that I get to be a part of this awesome diversity initiative that Keni set up for us, and it's a great opportunity to work for a super meaningful non-profit like City Living.
What it means to be a young Commodore is to
be accepted by someone who believes in your abilities and to have a chance to further your understanding of the advertising industry.
Preach.
And now we will start presenting the teams of the Young Commodores, starting with the account management team of Ibrahim and Johan. Round of applause.
Hi everyone, so I'm Johan.
And I'm Ibrahim. Wow, that's very loud.
And we are the account management team, and account management is a liaison between the client and the agency, in this case City Living and Young Commodores. So we constantly updated City Living on our progress while making note of their thoughts and delivering that to our team. And that way we were able to move forward.
So during our time here, we worked on matters with the client, such as scheduling meetings and discussing contracts, but most importantly, we worked towards building a good relationship between us and City Living. In our ideation meetings, we made sure to be the client's voice. This is because we didn't want to stray away from what City Living represents as a brand. In order to achieve this, Johan and I, we did our research to maintain an informed point of view about the organization. Also, on the other side of the spectrum, we wanted to make sure that the account planning team and the creative team had enough information and insights to create their brief and commercial idea.
So like Ibrahim mentioned, scheduling time with our client was an important part of City Living. Of our process. We were able to meet two lovely City Living youth, Tanisha and Jasmine, and that helped us to create something more authentic, something better for City Living's vision, and we are able to stand behind it, both as Young Commodores, and I hope that City Living is able to stand behind it as well.
And through this time, this team effort, we considered Liz, Dorina, Tanisha, and Jasmine to be a part of Young Commodores.
Nice. Yeah.
All right, thank you, account management team. Next up, we have the account planning, which yours truly are a part of. So I'm going to call the rest of us to come up.
Okay, I am Angelica Reyes, and we are the planners.
Going in for a hug as well.
Okay, we are responsible for creating the creative brief, gathering information, and doing our research. Our main focus was to improve the brand of City Living, and we did this by writing a brief explaining to the audience that we should donate to City Living, and it would be very good to do that and support them since they are empowering the youth that are aging out of foster homes.
Hey guys, I'm Keni. Adding on to what Angelica just said, though we understand that strategy is at the forefront of what planners do, we also like to believe that we're the creative before the creative, formulating the message, curating its purpose, and we hope to set the foundation for the creatives to build on.
And the way that we set that foundation is through the creative brief. The creative brief establishes the needs and wants of the client, as well as the execution that the agency decides to take on. It's built upon tireless research by yours truly, but all that research is to make sure that we encapsulate what City Living represents. Yeah.
Therefore, we are the voice of the consumer. By creating the creative brief, we provide a blueprint for the creative team to follow, because it is very important that whatever creative content we're making is concise, follows business objectives, sends the correct message, and appeals to the right audience. All right, thank you, account planning team. Next up,
they're great. It's cool. Yeah.
Next up, we have project management. So we're gonna hear what they have to say. Hi, I'm Aziza.
My name is Yao. Project manager.
As a project manager, it's our job to organize and manage schedules of the entire project.
Yeah, we're basically like the glue for like the entire project, making sure everybody works together, is on the same page, and it's just like working together cohesively from upper management to creative.
We work with everyone's life schedule as well. It's our job to make sure everything runs smoothly.
Yeah, and our favorite thing to say as project managers is like the book wouldn't be as great if the pages aren't in the right order.
Woo!
As you said, yeah. Next, we have the man behind the camera, the one-man band, Muhammad
City
Floyd.
Tech, baby.
Okay, so I get one mic since I'm the one-man band behind the team. What's up, guys? I'm Muhammad Floyd. Quick shout out to City Tech people.
True.
But yeah, I am the one-man band behind the camera and whatnot. But I'm not the only person on the team. Everyone helped out from pre-production, production, and post-production. Everything was done in-house by the Young Commodores. We used our own equipment, our own creativity, and even the music was done by Keni, Ibrahim, and Fernando.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's pretty cool. So basically all I did was hit a button on a camera, look cute. Oh, by the way, if you're hiring, holla at me.
All right, thank you, Muhammad, our one-man production team. Next up, we have the creative team.
Yeah.
Hello, we're the creative team. That is really loud. Oh my god. All right, so I'm Lauren, one of the copywriters on the project.
I'm Peter, the other half of the copywriting team.
I'm Jada. I'm one of the art directors. And I'm Sabrina. I'm also an art director.
So I know for the copywriters, what you're about to see is a 30-second ad, but behind the scenes, it actually took us about 10 hours to write the final script. From the beginning, we wrote 2 scripts, and those took about 5 hours. And then we showed them to the group, voted on one, edited those scripts, edited them again, rewrote them, edited them again, and edited them while we're recording. So yeah, it added up.
And those several hours turned into several weeks, and those weeks bled into weekends. And from those weekends, we took all the feedback we got from everyone, not just the writing team, but also the art directors and the creative team, and all of the young Commodores together pitched in their ideas, which carved itself into this refined product, which you will get to see very shortly. And the mentors for the young Commodores also were very helpful in guiding us through the whole process.
As art directors, we set the artistic tone of a project, using visuals to bring concepts to life. We ensure that our clients' desired message and images are conveyed throughout the project. And as an art director, it's very important to guide and inspire our design team.
Having done the storyboards, I personally work most closely with production, and having worked on production last year at the Young Commodores, it really goes to show how much care and dedication it takes to set the tone and the theme for a video like this.
So even though it did take many, many hours of hard work, seeing it all come to life at the end was really, it made it all worth it. So we hope you enjoy it.
Woo! All right, thank you, creative team. Now is the time that you've all been waiting for. It's time to showcase the commercial that we worked so hard on for the last 8 weeks. But before I do that, I want to give a shout out to Tanisha and Jasmine, who played a really big role in the production of this. So thank you.
A big round
of applause. Yeah.
All right, great. So now to roll the clip. Keys to success.
These might look like ordinary keys to you, but I lived in 17 homes before I aged out of the foster care system on my 21st birthday. City living is the only reason I'm not homeless. The people that helped me transition into adulthood, teaching me everything from hanging blinds to budgeting. These might look like ordinary keys to you, but for the first time, these are the keys to my home, the keys to my future.
City Living, New York. When foster care ends, our work begins.
Excellent.
That was great, right, guys? That was great.
Get it.
We're going to play that one more time in case you missed it. We got to show that again. We worked way too hard on that.
True. Roll it again.
These might look like ordinary keys to you, but I lived in 17 homes before I aged out of the foster care system on my 21st birthday. City living is the only reason I'm not homeless. The people that helped me transition into adulthood, teaching me everything from hanging blinds to budgeting. These might look like ordinary keys to you, but for the first time, these are the keys to my home, the keys to my future.
City Living, New York. When foster care ends, our work begins.
Excellent. Great job. Excellent job.
Next, another thing that we made for City Living was these minute-long life hack videos titled City Living 101. They're for the young adults coming of age, but don't. sorry. Therefore,